So what is this international marketing? What it is different from the normal export or import or trading or kind of a different kind of businesses are available, international trade. So international marketing is more than exporting because it could involve a company in the marketing in foreign countries of the goods and locally part manufactured or assembled of a firm on behalf of a manufacturer, or import to one foreign country of the goods from the second foreign country for subsequent local sale. So you are exporting to another country and from there you are again resell. So the same company is making this arrangements over, right? So this is like a re-export or in the establishment of the permanent establishment in the foreign nation in order to warehouse, distribute or the products or licensing or franchising in the form of the product to local business. So you give the franchising operation or a licensing to the companies over there into the other country, and again you are trying to give the products or export the product or locally consume in those countries. Or in general, we can say the marketing activities in the foreign state or foreign states. So you are in one country, base is your headquarters is in one country, say in London, like Hindustan Lever, but they have been doing exporting, they have been doing local also marketing, and they are going to multiple countries. So, and for multiple countries, they are having operations of say manufacturing in some country, and that is a distribution in another country or franchising operation in another country, and kind of a licensing agreement they have done with the another country and with the another firm over there in combination, but keeping their state. So it is as good as their own entity, right? So they involve their local, either the government company or a private company also, or they can put an independent if it is a. So this is how the international is more than export. So going to many countries with the strategy, right? So international marketing will have a continuous and careful research into the foreign consumer behavior, because here domestically we are planning and researching, and accordingly we are launching the product and giving and adopting and giving the suitable product. So same way in other countries also, you will try to align the product or you will try to adapt and adapt. Okay, means you will either make it, copy it, or you will improvise. Okay, so this is how you will try to do a different kind of the product adaptive localized in those countries. Then what we are talking is how is continuously and careful research in the foreign consumer behavior. So willingness to create a new product and adapt existing product to satisfy the need of the world market. Otherwise, you are just talking about launching the product to the local market, and which is whatever you are producing for a one type of product. But instead of that, now you will adapt for the existing product to the foreign environments in different countries and or a world class, very precise. So products may have to be adopted to suit the taste and needs and economic of those countries and other characteristics of the consumers in specific region, rather than being assumed that an item which sells well in one country will be successful in other countries. So you are doing modification to the product, you are adapting, or you are not only changing the language, but you are really modifying the product as per their taste, or as per their packing, or as per their requirement, or as per their economics. Okay, so whether you want to put in the high-end product, or you want to put just a consumable product, or a value-added. So you will design accordingly for those countries, and then you will launch the product. So integration of the international side of the company's business with all aspects of its operation. So it will be a totally integrated approach to go full-fledged, and this will be a separate entity altogether. Okay? So international marketing consideration must be taken into account when designing and developing the products, when selecting the even transport distribution system, when dealing with the banks, advertising agencies, and so on and so forth. And when structuring overall organization of the firm, the international marketing manager needs to involve in corporate planning, sales forecasting, and the recruitment and the training and marketing of the personnel and the control of the salespeople in the field. So it will be like a new entity, because considering that environment, you will adopt and you will try to design your whole team once again, including the international sales manager or international marketing, right? So these precautions have to be taken. So now what kind of different strategies you have, you can adopt for doing this international marketing? One is the undifferentiated strategy. Undifferentiated, no difference in the product. So international marketing might involve application of identical market mix in all countries. For example, offering exactly the same product by using identical promotional images and methods in the wide range of market, and difference in the market segments are ignored. Products are designed and advertised in order to appeal the widest possible range of the country. One same product is made, but it is given for worldwide distribution. So it is undifferentiated. So you are not making any differentiation. You are giving the same product. Maybe only you are changing the language, or you are keeping it across multimodal transport, or you are shipping by air, or depending on the country's geography where you are getting involved. Okay, so this is without any change, undifferentiated strength. Another is second is differentiated strength. Means you want to give a product suitable for those countries by studying all these characteristics what we have mentioned before. So international marketing may involve modification of the product and the promotional messages and the account of cultural, linguistic, legal and other national character. Now here you are trying to modify as per the requirement of the product. Promotional message will also differ, and the accounting taking into account the cultural and linguistic and legal. So it will be very suitable, so it can go in the masses. Because many times what happens if it is a undifferentiated product, means the same product is coming. So it is not going into volumes. It is not going to even, it is in a generic way. It is a generic product. But here now you are adopting strategy by which differentiated strategy and making it available to particular country and particular section of that country also. You can still further, go differentiated, and you can offer the product to suit to the environment. So you are doing strategically this differentiate. Now there is another kind of marketing strategy you can adopt, that is concentrated. Concentrated marketing involves focusing on all the firm's attention on a handful of markets and applying the different marketing mix to each market. The market involved could be to the particular countries or type of the customer with the common characteristics but residence in several different. See, what does this mean? You are concentrating to Indian community, but Indian community in different countries. So Middle East. So there are many of the Indians over there, or from a particular part of the India, many people are there. So you can have a lot of market potential of those requirements of those people into that product line. So it is a one concentrated market. As an Indian also, and geographically also of India, south or west or north, you can concentrate that market and you can offer them. So first is undifferentiated. So no differentiation. It is the same product offered, only some packing or language is changed as per the country. Another is you are specifically going to those countries because you feel that this our product can be with modifications and be acceptable. So that is a differentiated, and you are making differentiation product as per suitable. Third is in that country also, or into several countries with a similar kind of product where it can, to say Indian company, maybe to say European, to say attract to a particular community in those countries. So you are selecting in a country, and in that country also a particular kind of population, or targeting a particular kind of age group which may be universally more or less similar to those countries, right? So it will be only marketing mix, with different marketing mix you are offering it over there, and a suitable product to now suitable exact community. Community means we are not talking about that only a kind of particular religion or something, but consumable will be the same. The consumers will be the same. So this is what three strategies come across in the international marketing. What you can. Okay, now next topic we'll see the factor relevant to the international market. Like how we have seen why international trade happens, what are the factors relevant over there, what are the basis of. Similarly, we'll see for international marketing what are the factors or parameters relevant. So these are the social factors, the national regime, how it is, legal wise, the political situation in the country, the financial system, the marketing infrastructure, culture, language and climate, and economic factors. There is the commercial policy, tariffs, quotas, licensing, currency restrictions, internal demand, then competition, and also competition vis-a-vis with the product producers in the importing country, the exporting country, other exporters from own country. Okay. Then logistics, availability of the required multimodal transport or sea or air, roads or whatever kind of thing, where the country is situated, whether it is a landlocked country or how it is a port-based country or how is it. So accordingly, we'll have to select the transport. So and the cost of the transportation, the cost of the internal freight and the sea voyage freight, air freight, or all this we'll have to add upon. So this is also a factor to be considered. And the risk, whether it is a political risk or commercial risk or the act of God or act of enemies or pirates or thieves, or whether it is passing through Suez Channel or any other channel, and how is going to be the climate on that time. Whether there is a political changes happening, then you will have to make ready the alternate arrangement, plan B, plan C, like that, if you are going to supply to those countries. So this international marketing, so far what you see is the basic factors of the parameters, and before that the strategy. And now we'll see multinational. So we have seen the local domestic market, trade, local trade, then imports, exports, international trade, and then now we are talking about multinational. So international marketing means the marketing across the particular frontier, while multinational marketing is the integrated and the coordination of the forms of the marketing activities throughout the world. So international marketing is you are going to few countries, means you are crossing the national frontier and you are going to say Middle East, you are going to Southeast Asia. Some multinational marketing is going globally, right? So it is a strategic leader. And multinational corporations, MNCs in general called, which pursue the global strategy in the relation with the production, investment, marketing, and derive a significant proportion of their revenues from operating abroad. So strategically, MNCs drive means minimum of the 20% of the net profit should come from the operations abroad. So 20% of the net. But if you ask me, my target for a multinational company is to have at least 51 to 60% of the net profit from overseas countries, so that our revenue coming from foreign exchange is more than what we are able. So that we are going to help in our not only GDP but in BOP also, balance out. So it will be favorable then. But theoretically, it is only 20% if you earn a profit from outside operations, then it is a multinational. The trade liberalization and the growth in the world economy and stable exchange rates for many years, and easier transportation and the transnational technologies and the humanly and financial resources available have stimulated the expansion of the MNC activities in the post-World War stage. So what has happened? The opening up of the economy. Like in 90s, the Indian economy has opened up and is further unfolding. Every time the tariffs, when I was doing the imports in 1989, it was 185% duty compared to 1985, it is about 300%, 250% then, and today it is only 5 to 10. So if these tariff rates come down, and thanks to again WTC, World Trade Organization, so which has bring down as a one global village, and this is taking advantage, and so MNCs have been expanded. So which are the companies, Fortune 500 companies you call, or multinational companies you know about it? So this is like a Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Citigroup, General Electric, GM, Ford, Toyota, Mobil, BSF, Hindustan Lever, Colgate, IKEA, Sony, LG, Samsung, Microsoft, Apple, and so on and so forth. And several Chinese companies are also there, and other countries' companies are also there. But these are named to few. So you will easily remember hundreds of MNCs because they are such got involved into our country that when we say it is Hindustan Lever, we think it is a new person will think it is a Indian company, but it is a liver from UK. Or if it is a Coca-Cola, now it will be synonymous. It will be known as a cold drink. Any cold drink is like a Coca-Cola. So it is so getting synchronized in our population, and it is so being acceptable. That norm. So the brand also, that country's brand and the company's brand. Now India Incorporated, we are saying nowadays, is also flying high, and not only over the Indian sky, but many firms have slowly and surely embarked on global path and lead to the emergence of the Indian multinational company. So you will find that the Tata or the Wipro and so many Infosys, so many companies are Indian origin companies, Reliance, IOC, so many companies. So they are also a multinational. So their 20% profit is also coming from abroad. Certain companies are coming 40 to 60% also. And IT companies are not only doing this, but they have been putting the shops or the companies outside. And TCS is the company where 70 to 80% revenue is coming from out. So that is technically though 20%, but this is a real multinational conglomerate, which is a TCS. So there are so many companies. So India is also flying high, and these MNCs are really capturing the world market. So each with the passing day, Indian businesses are acquiring the companies abroad and becoming world popular suppliers and recruiting staff across the national. Like while Asian Paint is painting the world red and Tata is rolling the Harrier from the Birmingham, and also the Sunam Fastener is become, like I was thinking that it is a multinational company. It is an Indian multinational company. So they are putting the nails in all homes in not only in India but entire world. So these Indian multinational companies like Tata Motors, Ranbaxy, Dr. Reddy's Lab, Asian Paints, ESL Powerpack, and Tata Consultancy. And these revenues are having coming from outside more than 20%. And Infosys has got 25,000 plus employees, including 600 of 30 nationals other than it. So it has about 30 marketing offices worldwide and 26 global software development centers in US, Canada, Australia, UK, and Japan. Sundaram Fasteners and Ranbaxy and Wockhardt and Cadilla and Hindalco, Aditya Birla, United Phosphorus, Vedanta, Arbindo. These are the recent multinational companies, and they are really grown very big, and they are unstoppable. The Indian, even the government companies or Navratnas like ONGC, IOC, and these companies are also acquiring energy assets globally, and also taking in comparison with the market-driven and management fees. The Southeast Asia and Africa offers the great opportunities, and they are going to concentrate the market, and so we should also concentrate the emerging market. Like once upon a time, these India, Thailand, and these all Southeast Asian countries were emerging markets. So everybody has come over here, and they have helped in development and getting the market share. So now is our time that we should go to other emerging markets and try to get a hold over there and make a more of market share. The United East India Company was pioneering the early model of multinational corporation, which is done in the modern capitalism. Reasons why these people are going international, or why these going people are going to so many countries and marketing abroad, because the hope for the economics of the scale and scope resulting in the increased output, because maybe there is a raw material available in those countries, or manpower is available, or that product is getting consumed. So there are several reasons, economics of scale, possibility of existing of the lucrative market, the ready-made market, cash-rich market in the foreign countries that are not available at home. So that is why you have expanded and gone into as a multinational company. So all these gamut, if we put together and be ready with the multinational mindset to go globally and make the product world class, so that at least few countries you can have undifferentiated strategy, and certain countries you have a differentiated strategy with some product little modification as per the need of that country consumer, or going into very concentrated market trying to squeeze in, milking the cow, you see. So that way we can have the maximum cream out of it, we can make a lot of, right? So this is basically the difference, or you can say improvisation from international marketing to MNC, right? That is what is here rolled in. So we'll see in the next, again going back to exports, and what suppose you want to do, start with the export and then go improvise to international and go into multinational marketing. Now we are going to talk about or understand the exporting, which you all may know and you have heard about it, or some people might be doing it. But what is exporting? This is sale in the foreign market. Necessary registrations will be taken, like IC code and whatever registration of GST or so, what is required. Then foreign trade documentation and transport, logistics, and method of getting paid. So this is what in nutshell is an export. Now for exporting these products, we'll have two strategies mainly. The passive exports, the orders received without canvassing. Means you are not really promoting this product, but at the same time you are trying to do this business and you are getting the orders. Then active exporting. Business policy of the firm is to set up the system for the organization to export function, means organizing export functions, and for dealing with the export logistic, documentation and finance. Means this is purposely you have formed the department and you are putting an export function, and they are going to do these logistics and document and finances. Now direct sales. What is the direct sales? So direct sales, foreign market cuts out expensive intermediary and allows the absolute control over the exports, marketing, technique and strategies. So this is direct export. Okay, so you are going to export directly and cutting the intermediaries, and you are going to take a control over the operation, and you are going to have your own strategies and techniques to market it. Then exporters assume the responsibility for the shipping, customs, clearance and distribution, advertising, and also the pricing policies and final sale. So entire the process of the exports, your export department or export manager is going to handle it. So this export manager or a branch cultural, we may have a branch cultural differences in the technical and the language problem in the another country. Frequently introduce the exporters to use the intermediaries, because if you don't know the language of the country where you are exporting, or the cultural differences are there, or there are pre-norms, prejudices, then in that case you have better to use the intermediaries and based on their culture and in-house and the foreign countries where you are going to export it. So this is what is a direct export. And what is merchant export? So those who are residing, merchant exporters, those who are residing in the export countries and helping us to trade the product. Confirmatory houses. So represent the foreign buyer and finances. So they will represent, if we are exporters, so foreign buyer means we are exporting and they are our representative, and then they are arranging the finances also. Export agents, that is a commission agent. So exports orders they are facilitating and they are taking on commission. They are not investing on our orders. Then buying offices like United Nations or any other financial institutions or the government institutions or WTO personnel. So they may be your buying offices and they may facilitate your orders with what are their buying requirements in a particular country. Then export marketing companies. So these are the specialist export managers. So basically they are like a consultants and they are export marketing companies and we can take help of them. So how we can do all this gamut? So it is, either you will have to do it direct export or you have to do indirect export or whatever way you chose to, but you decide your strategy that how much exports you want. You want only a few excess of production is to be exported, then indirect export is okay. But if you want strategically, you want to grow into the exports, then you form a direct exporting house and also have direct export strategies. Now, what is the scope for international marketing? So what we have seen from beginning, the general trade and what is import, export, local trade, and then we have gone into the basis, what are the bases for international trade, and then we have seen the factors affecting to the international trade, and then international marketing, MNC marketing, and then exports again, right? Now, what is the scope for international marketing and how you can expand your business by international marketing? That is by opening a branch or a subsidiary for processing, packaging, assembly, or even complete manufacturing through direct investment. So you invest in the company in a foreign country, or you form your own company and try to take a partner if required, norms of that country, and you can open a branch or subsidiary and processing and packaging, and then you can assemble if required. So it is only one stage or two stage operation, or you can directly invest into those country and have a kind of a trade office or a manufacturing office, or take a help of that company regulation wise, the client as your partner, and invest the money. So once you invest the money, then strategically you are getting into that country for a business purpose. Second option available may be the negotiating licenses, or you can put forward for the licensing for the people or the company, then franchising granting and exporting companies know-how and patent, process, trademarks, and with or without financial investment. So you can appoint your franchisee, or you can give the patent or process, or this is how you can make the trade over there, and or you can form your branding and trademarks, and you can register over there and make some financial investment. Okay. What is the another possibility for you? The best way is to have a joint venture company or a manufacturing or a marketing. So you take a particular company who is having a similar expertise and similar intention, and you check their credibility and invite them as a partner for saving and get into manufacturing or marketing or whatever way you want to go ahead. Right? So you discuss with them so that you don't have to much bother about that country's regulations and things like that. Then consulting or turnkey. So you can even give the only consultancy, or you can give a turnkey manufacturing unit, or you can establish your marketing company over there, and you can take the experts from those countries, and they can percolate and they can sell your technology also there or products there. Or subcontracting. You can give a company a subcontract for selling over there, or a counter trade, right? So you can have many possibilities of doing the businesses by doing the scope of international marketing and importing for export promotion. So you can import into those countries from other countries also. If it is being your product, well and good. Otherwise, you can take from other country and then again do your exports also. So this is all what you can do and scope of international marketing by way of several associations, several kind of developing relationships, several kind of getting into manufacturing or marketing or franchising or turnkey project or only a marketing thing. or entirely, So you have so many ways you can diversify and go into the different countries. So this is international market. Now we'll see in the next session differences between domestic and international market, because we need to understand that today we are doing some domestic game or means domestic product or business, and now we want to do international market, right? So we'll see in the next session. Thank you.